Hey folks, what's up, iyatee? So here we are, and this is one of the new Dalton specific preforms. They can obviously be used for other things as well. I mean, you could make this into a lot of different things, but these are the ones that are listed as Dalton preforms, and I believe they're available in 5.5, 5-inch, 4.5, and 4-inch. In a variety of different materials, but I wanted to I guess my monitor's still working. That's the problem, we got a lag again, so I'm gonna have my son look at that again, because apparently we've lost our Wi-Fi again. So I don't actually know if I'm even in frame is the problem. Right now I'm grinding things, so maybe it's going to pick up here. Doesn't look like it's trying to catch up. By the looks of it, I should probably be in frame somewhere around here. This is a piece of Novaculite. Let's see here. I'm sorry about this. I just, there we go. It finally caught up. I short flaked the heck out of that one. I just wanted to nap one of these and do the base. I know most of you probably know how to do the bases on a Dalton, but and I'm no professional at it at all, or at anything for that matter. But anyways, I needed a point to photograph and a video to add to the website, so that when people, newbies around there, they're looking, they know what it's supposed to look like, and all that. So if I don't break it, it'd be a beautiful point. What I'll probably do after I finish this side, I'll have my son look at this Wi-Fi and figure out why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Short flake that one. I am planning on doing a video with just using no grinding, just the tile saw here soon. So that'll be happening. And I believe I listed, or I got 30. By the time you see this, these will be on the website. I think I cut 30 of them or so yesterday, so there'll be 30 of them available. There's still some of the full tang knives left, but we are going to be fully stocked in a few days on preforms. Threw some flakes up from the bottom. Now this is going to be rounded out, so we'll probably throw some more flakes up in there probably, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hold on. So my daughter just walked in, but we got these. I was saying that we'll probably run some more flakes up from the bottom. One thing that you do see in all the Daltons is you see flakes ran up from the bottom, and a few other Dalton specific things, but we'll go over that. But I'm going to go turn this edge and be right back. Okay, so we're back. If you don't dry when you're doing this, if you don't have your point good and dry, it'll gum up your diamond files like instantly. You can fix them, you can wash them and kind of clean all the caked on stuff out of there, but anyways, we'll see here. I don't like gumming them up though. Our daughter and her husband and our grandsons were here last night, stayed the night last night. Our waters froze up at home, so they came and stayed by us. It's always fun to have the grandbabies over. It was kind of late last night when we got here, so we didn't get to hang out all that long, but I think about 9 o'clock last night I was ready to turn into a pumpkin. I had intended on shooting this video last night, and I don't remember what time it was, but I'd been standing over there at that saw and all day and was feeling it, and I thought, you know what, I better just call it quits and or I overdo it and get after it again tomorrow. And I was pretty slow starting today, really slow starting. Of course I tend to do that when the grandbabies are here. I get in some bad habits when I'm using the issue stick. Should be locked in like this here. And squeeze them with your thighs consistently the same every single time. And I have a habit of going all over the place, flicking my wrist and doing all kinds of stuff. But just some detail stuff I really need to work on to get more consistent results. We all have those things. And I most certainly do. Hopefully we don't break it. Knock on wood. Get the face cleared, looking good, and then we'll come on now. You're just placing this on each one of those deltas. All right, now come on. Come on now. That didn't do it. Left a spot right there. I'll have to get that off. I kind of broke out the side a little bit. All right, let's see. I've been doing a lot of missing here lately, and I don't know if that's just, I think it's because I'm just not comfortable. Everything but that one little spot right there. I should be able to come in that ridge right there and knock that off there. I seem to be doing this a lot lately. If you can avoid it, it's obviously better. I didn't run that in worth a hill of beans, did I? No, I short flaked that thing and messed it up. Got it out of there now. But that does kind of mess up your pattern on your flaking, you know, so you want to try to avoid that if possible. Probably gonna have to run another flake. If I run a flake in right there, that'll kind of clean that up some. I didn't run in there. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone for now. That's probably gonna be our B side, I guess. It's got this goofy flake right here. Is what it is. Oh, good grief, I got another miss. Let's run some flakes up from the bottom. I need to put a glove on because this is tearing my hand up trying to hold on to this thing. Still got this spot here that's not cleared though. I don't know that that'll travel in there or not. Didn't mean to go down on that quite so far. it off there. That is going to be our B-side, there's no doubt about that. And I got to fix up the edges because I busted out in a few spots. If you're going to fog nap the black Novaculite, you need to leave your edge a little bit stronger because it's not as, the black tends to be a little more crumblier than any of the rest of it. And there's a lot of issues that come along with the black Novaculite, which is why you don't see as much of the black as you do all the other colors. And it's a pain in the butt to heat treat and get right and not come apart, and it can come apart on you. So anyways, the black's more of a problem, but it is what it is. I should have left the edge stouter, and I wouldn't have had these little breakouts, but we'll get it fixed up. I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, we're recording. I'm gonna pick these edges. The first thing I do here, got my handy dandy Mike Tuff Half Moon pad. It's a great pad, and they are available on the website. Won't take very long to pick these. We'll just get them kind of, probably won't do the final picking until the end, but we'll see. I had those chunks out there, so I had to do a little extra work on the edge to get it straightened back out. Okay. That's pretty. Yeah, I think this camera angle gives it a little bit more of my view. I had it out in front of me a little too far before, and I just didn't really like the camera angle. I sure like those full tang knives. Those are pretty cool. I like to make a couple of them for myself. I might make a couple for the website too. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Got another load of Buffalo River in the kiln right now, and well, I guess I didn't narrow that down, I guess. I've got some really nice Buffalo River right now. It's not huge nodules, but you know, there's pieces in there for, you know, 3 to 6 inch points, you know, somewhere in there easily. And you know, some of the nodules are, well, let me show you one here. I did bring a couple of them here. So here's some small ones, right? Small nodules. And then there's bigger ones like this here. Now this is actually raw. This is a blacker, darker buffalo, and it's don't require any heat. And then a lot of them like this, you know, that, you know, you knock off a bunch of point pieces off it and still get a 3-inch point out of it. It's really good material, though. I mean, it's really nice material. So if you get a piece of black buffalo in your order, it will not be heat treated. If you put that in heat treat, it just comes apart, and so you can't heat treat black buffalo, but it doesn't need it. So but the rest of it will be heated. And realistically, none of this stuff has to have heat. Not this load. It will nap raw without a whole lot of problems. It's nicer napping it when it's heated, but I sent some to Crafty. I didn't tell him it was coming or nothing, so. And I forgot to take a picture of the tracking, so I don't even remember. I don't know what the tracking was. I don't know when it got there or if it gets there or any of that, but I'm sure he'll be letting me and everyone else know. But I think I sent him some cooked and raw, both, just for him to play around with. I think he has so many people send him material now that he has no shortage of material, really. But I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Seems like he has a lot. I was going to send him some stuff not long ago. Actually, I was going to send him some of that opalized glass, and I did send him some. But I sent him a message that says, well, give me time to work through some of this other stuff I've got. And I've sent him some other stuff, so I thought, well, I'll just send him this too. He can work on it whenever he wants. Or sell it in his auction. I don't care. I've got a lot of entertainment out of old Crafty over the years, and I just like supporting his channel, whether or not he talks about my stuff or not. I just like to support him, like many of you do. And I do always support him with a like and comment if I can. I guess that's an excuse. I could comment on all of them if that's what I want to do, but sometimes I'm busy. I was commenting on a giveaway, so if you don't know, there's a giveaway going on right now. It's the video before this one, and it goes till I think the 27th. I'm giving away that full tang knife that I just made, but I'd like to tell you where I was going with that, but I have no idea. I know, I'm a train wreck. But I know that about me, so don't bother me if you think so. I already know so. feel like I'm always trying to slide into home base, hoping to knock the catcher over. In just about everything I do in life, I don't know. I'm not a baseball guy, so I don't know if that's really a good analogy or not. My granddad, Oscar McClellan, they lived up there in Arkansas around Prairie Grove area, and most of their life they did move out west for a while and came back, but he was a huge baseball fan. I remember when I was a little kid, he always had the game going when he wasn't working in the garden or something. He used to plant a big garden. Like, by big garden I mean like acres. And come tater time, he'd be out there disking up taters, and he'd have, man, there'd be 20 of us grandkids. He'd go out there and just and then he would come get us, and he'd be driving along in the pickup truck, and there'd be 20 grandkids back there just tossing taters in the back of that truck. I used to own this little place. It was on the Illinois, I think it was the Illinois River, just below Lake Francis. I think the property was split between Arkansas and Oklahoma, if I remember right. But anyways, down below there wasn't full hookups or anything, but there was campsites, you know. I think they're all primitive campsites for the most part, but campsites, and people would pay by the day. It wasn't very much. Come down there and fish, and I'd be back there visiting in the summertime, and me and my cousin Gail we knew these spots in the woods where you could get these great big night crawlers, and we'd get them big old night crawlers, and we'd sell them in crawdads to the there's a bunch of washed slick limestone area, and it just pools of water in them all the time. And those just be loaded with crawfish. We'd put some worms on the hook, and we just pull up one after another, just pulling up crawfish. But we were digging worms one day, and we got into a whole mess of snakes. We thought they were worms at first, but they were not worms. They were little bitty snakes striking at us. I don't know for sure what kind they were. I'm guessing water moccasin or something like that. Neither of us got bit, but ticks, good grief. We used to get so many ticks. One day, I kid you not, this is a true story. I was a little kid. We come in, I didn't even know they were on me, but they were underneath my socks, and it looked like I was brown. I mean, I think we pulled over 120 ticks off that were buried in my legs. And anyways, that was a lot of ticks. It had to have been some sort of record. I had no idea they were even on me. Just in the woods digging worms, having lots of fun. There was a bait shop up the way. We'd walk up there, and they'd sell us worm boxes, and just empty brand new worm boxes, and that's what we would put our worms in and sell them to the people coming in. Worms and crawfish. That's how we got our going to the movies money, you know. Okay. So I don't really like marking on black, but just want those to be about the same height. That's all I'm trying to accomplish at the moment. Now at the base of Dalton's, 99.9% of the Daltons, most all of them I have personally in my collection, and artifacts I've seen. These bases are beveled. single unifacially beveled opposite of one another. They're not beveled to the center. One's beveled one way and one's beveled the other way, and usually from the right side, then flip it over into the right side. So that's usually how that works. But so that's what we're going to do here too. Okay. I think we'll do this with pad. Go up one more. Okay. Now the top part's bifacially sharpened, right? It's just this base that's come on. There we go. So you can see how, this is unifacially, or not, it's bifacially sharpened, and then the bevel is kicking this way, and on this one is kicking this way. And that's how you want the base of your Dalton. Now, this is going to come something like that. Left that pretty thick down there on the bottom. I never did. grind off the deltas, I guess. Run some flakes up that bottom if I can. Switch pads. Well, maybe I am, maybe I ain't. Didn't run up very far. They did run up, but not very far. Just didn't get a very good purchase on the edge, I guess. I must have stuff all over my glasses. I'm having a tough time seeing here. This base is turned down a little bit. I'm trying to fix that. I'm not sure how I accomplished that, but I managed to turn that down and it didn't look right, and so I'm trying to get it fixed now. glasses. Yeah, they're covered in stuff, covered in oil, I guess. I have messed this up pretty bad, actually. I'm not sure how I managed that, but I did. Yeah, I've got one hanging down there way further than the other, and I made a mess. Maybe it's the lights, or I think it's because I got the lights in a different position. I think it's putting a glare on my glass and having a really hard time seeing. I am on the struggle bus. I don't even know why. I just little crunchy on the black. Try and get 2 flakes up. Nope. Those didn't really travel. So I got a notification this morning that packages are still lost Never Never Land. My Mike Tough packages. Which is frustrating. Maybe they'll put someone in there that can fix it. The post office is fixable, but they're going to have to do some different things, including getting rid of the dead weight in the post office. And I'm talking about some of the employees. That spend their day mostly looking for some place to hide, and I know of a few of those. When you have a work environment like that, the good ones tend to leave because they just can't tolerate all the horse manure, and so then you're just left with the bottom of the barrel. It happens a lot with state employees also. I had friends that went to work for the state, and when the legislature was in, there was lots to do. This was in Alaska, but when there wasn't, it was absolutely nothing to do. They just got paid sitting there, and people that are workers get bored to death, you know. They just, so they would take off and leave. The only ones that stayed behind is the ones that didn't mind doing nothing. Private business would weed those people out pretty quick. Oh, good grief, I wish I could see that. I think we'll leave it like that. It looks pretty good, actually. My base flakes could have been better. There's no doubt about that. I don't think I've ever slab napped a Dalton, so I'll have to figure out a better way to get my flakes to run up in there. But these are, whenever you're doing Dalton, you want these to be beveled opposite of each other. That's how 99.9% of them are done. And they're, of course, not all the same, but that's pretty standard on your Daltons. Seems to be, anyways. Put a little magic on here. Oh goodness. If you don't know what the magic is, whoop, threw it away. I'm not going to show you because I threw it away. Yeah, stage fright, I guess. Decided to run away. But it's a mink oil. Now my mink oil is full of stuff off the floor. Oh man, it is not my day. The last week feels like it hasn't been my day. And it is what it is. So that is that's our B side, no doubt about it. That is our B side. And that would be our A side, I suppose. That side don't look half bad. It really don't. But that side, where I had to take these extra flakes, where the edge gave way, or I just quit on it, or whatever was happening, it's, you know, it interrupts the flake pattern, so it's not as good. But they're not all perfect, especially mine. But that ain't too bad. And I love the white on top. It looks pretty good. But I'm sending this out as one of my points for the point trade. So anyhow, I just wanted to introduce you guys to the new Dalton Preforms and show you how these bases are supposed to be beveled opposite of each other. Pretty simple to do, but I think that on the next one I'll concave my bottom and then pull them all to one side, run my flakes up, and then because I'd like to see two individual flakes coming up here. This looks more like one, and I think I'd do that and then bevel the sides is how I would do it next. But that was the first one from a slab. So appreciate y'all watching. Sorry it ran so long, and we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping. These are on the website along with a bunch of other stuff. I'm also going to be posting, if things work out, I'll be posting a whole bunch of knife blades today. Probably, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 of them, something like that. So, keep an eye out for those. Appreciate y'all. Y'all keep napping.